And folks, so some of you guys may or may not know that last November I decided to take a political detox for about 8 months. And I was heavy into politics. I was pumping out political videos on YouTube, and I decided to take 8 months off. No political content at all. No podcasts, no YouTube videos, nothing. You know, you obviously in that time you're not going to shelter yourself. You see the odd headline, you see the odd newspaper headline and stuff like this, but basically just took 8 months just completely away from politics. And I've done a video when I came back about my experiences, but I want to talk a little bit more now I'm sort of back in it again. Now I've kind of gone head first back into politics again, and how that feels. And it's strange, you know, because I think one thing I think it's good. I think people should do this. When, you know, 8 months is a long time, but I think people should take a break. You know, it's that famous thing that people say with work, you know, if you're focused on a task or something and you're in it and you're consumed by it, sometimes you need to take a step back, take a breath of fresh air, look at it from a different angle, look at it from far away, and then go back into it. And I think that's great advice in general. But it was weird, the 8 months. Like, the way I can describe it, man, it's like being like a fish at the bottom of the ocean, and you're busy, you're doing the things that you need to do, you're with your family, you're sorting stuff out. Every now and then you kind of look up to the surface and you just see that there's some crazy shit going on. You know, you're like, all right, okay, then you head back down again, you get involved, you look back up again, and you see the odd spark here and the odd sort of thing that you recognize, and you're like, Jesus Christ. And then eventually curiosity takes you and you swim up to that surface, and then as soon as you get to the surface, it's like poof, chaos, absolute carnage everywhere. You're like, shit, Jesus Christ, battles going on everywhere, things flying across the place, Jesus Christ, it's crazy. And then someone like hands you a sword, but they say you got to pick a team. You got to pick a team. You're like, Jesus Christ, okay, I've got to pick a team. Well, you know, I kind of agree with what you guys are saying. All right, okay, great. So fight. I'm like, yeah. But the most important thing is, man, that I don't hate the people on the other side. I don't hate the people that you're fighting. These are our brothers, our sisters, our aunts, our family members. You know, there's loads of members of my family that think very differently to politics. I don't hate them. I don't hate them. This is this kind of weird thing that we're in right now. You know, this isn't human nature, really. Like, we didn't evolve and get past the ice age by fighting with each other and being divisive. We survived the ice age by pulling together, by working together. Human nature is to work together. Like, you stick one human in the middle of nowhere, they're screwed. They ain't going to survive. But in a group, you survive, working together. And we just got this weird thing right now, haven't we? Where you have to pick a team. And people almost like get nervous if you decide to sort of sit in the centre of any topic. Any topic you want to pick, if you sort of sit in the set, people start getting nervous about that. They're like, whoa, no, you have to pick a side on everything. And I don't think it's natural. Like, there's this, I recently heard this quote, which was really interesting. Apologies, I can't remember the guy's name. I'll put it up on screen, but it was a Chinese politician. After the death of Mao, I think he was like one of the reformists that was trying to get China to reform a little bit, move slightly closer to the West. And he was describing the difference between Chinese politics and Western politics. And he was describing Chinese politics, especially in that era where they were starting to reform, as crossing a river by feeling the stones under your feet as you go. And I thought that was like a really, really good quote, because in the West, it's the complete opposite. It's the complete opposite to that. Everyone votes for a team. The team come out and they say what they're going to do. This is how we're going to cross the river. We're going to go this route, and we're going to take this route, and we're going to see it right through to the end. No matter what comes in our way, this is how we're going to do it. Instead of the Chinese way, where you just sort of cross the river, you feel what's going on. You're like, okay, these stones feel like they're coming towards a bit of a cliff edge here. Let's maybe just go back slightly and try a different route. But sort of the West, the capitalist democracies that we have, it's kind of, we will cross this way. And whatever your political leanance is, we will deport 600,000 migrants. Oh, okay, well, maybe down the road things might not work. But no, we said we're going to do it. It's in our manifesto. We're going to do it. We are going to tax absolutely everyone. Taxes are going to rise hugely. Well, you know, maybe it's not going to be that good. It might affect some of the businesses and stuff. No, this is what we said we're going to do. We're going to see it through to the end. That's what it said in our manifesto. No one seems to feel their way through these things anymore. No one seems to think, well, actually, we thought that was a good idea, but maybe it's not. Maybe we should try something different. Start working together again, because that's what humans do best, man. That's what humans do best. And this is the thing is with capitalism and the Western democracies is, you know, when things are good, those styles are fine. You know, during the boom years of the 90s and the 2000s, okay, maybe your team didn't win and they weren't in government, but things were good. They were fine. But as soon as things go bad and as soon as that ship hits a storm, everyone on that boat starts arguing about the best way to direct it. And they think they've got the best idea, and these guys think they've got the best idea, and they will fight each other for the power to do it. And they will have their idea instead of actually just focusing on working together, taking advice from each and navigating it as it comes, rather than having a clear vision of, I am going to deport 600,000 migrants, I'm going to tax every single thing. You know, I just don't think that works. And yeah, I think we are seeing the end of the Western democracy now. All empires fall, don't they? And this one is definitely falling. And I think we really need to start looking at how other people are doing it. Maybe look at, not take everything from China, but take some things from there, something from Southeast Asia, some things from South, you know, really start to think about how we can do things differently and working together, about including everyone's opinion. Because as soon as you divide that country, like I say, it doesn't matter when things are good. When things are good, it doesn't matter. But when things are bad, when you divide the country and say, right, this half of the country is going to decide how we go, the other side is in chaos because they don't agree with you and things are shit. Like I say, when things are good, it doesn't matter. But when things are shit and your side hasn't won and it's not nice. Anyway, I don't know whether that is more like a philosophical episode of How Man Talks today, but hopefully you got something from it. And if you did, I really appreciate it if you'd like the video and subscribe, and it really helps push these videos out to as many people as possible. Till next time, take care.